Hey friends, welcome to Minimalism, a channel where I like to talk about decluttering, minimizing, and living your best life. Today I have emptied out our storage closet, which is in the other room, and now I am just going through the bag of things that I've had in there for about 2 to 3 months, depending on a few things might have been a little more recently. And I'm going through them now because I am ready to start getting rid of a few things. I have a bag full of stuff that needs to go to the Goodwill anyways. These things that I wasn't completely sure about getting rid of, I am ready to go and take them with me to the Goodwill. So I'm gonna go through a few rules on how I declutter that closet and how I get rid of things that are in there. And I'm also gonna talk to you about how some things have changed over the past 3 years. So if you enjoy these videos about decluttering and minimizing, remember to hit that subscribe button so that my next video will pop up next week for you. So as I'm getting ready to just go through my things, I am going to be looking through everything that I put in there and being very conscious about whether I'm ready to get rid of it or not, but also in the back of my head reminding myself that it has been in that room for at least 2 months and I have not gone to go look at it again. So most likely I will be fine without it, but if I feel uncomfortable, I'm fine with keeping it. Because I don't keep too many things, I don't have a problem with hanging on to it a little bit longer and letting myself be comfortable with that decision. Now, things have really changed, like I was talking about, over the past three and a half years that I've been working on becoming more minimalist. And that is because I used to start out with tons of things and I would bag up bags and bags and bags of things, and then a lot of them I would put in that closet. They would be there and then I would take them out after a couple of months and I would just straight get rid of them. And I think that is a fantastic idea when you are starting out, because really when you have that many things, it's very hard to actually form a real attachment to your things. A lot of times you just forget what you have. Our brains cannot be attached to that many things at one time. And usually whatever is new and shiny is the new thing that's on our brain and that we want to wear or we want to have out in our house. So the things that aren't right in front of us are automatically forgotten about in our heads. We just can't keep that much information. So with that being said, I would throw those bags in that closet, and then I knew that if I didn't go back in 2 to 6 months, for sure, I could get rid of it and I would be fine. Some of the things I would go through and I would pull out because I knew in my brain that I wanted to sell them if I didn't go back to them. But I found as that process was going on that the process of selling things was exhausting to me and extremely frustrating. And just having to wait a week or two or trying to have to coordinate, especially with clothing, trying to coordinate like all the different people coming to my house, and it was great to make some of the money back. I'm not saying anything like that's wrong, but sometimes doing things like Poshmark or ThredUp or going to your local consignment store that will buy things off of you might just be easier because they'll buy in bulk, and that's what I found. Now, as I go through these things, there's maybe 1 or 2 things that I've thought about maybe selling, but really when it comes down to it, I probably won't. And that's because for me, this has already taken up a lot of my time and space, and I don't feel like giving these objects any more of my time and space. Now, that's just a personal decision, and if you have time and space to sell your things, I say go for it, especially in the beginning. If you have some really valuable pieces that you think will sell quickly, I would go for it. But if it's going on 2-3 weeks, then just feel comfortable getting rid of it and stop worrying so much about the money, because it's already taken your money, you've spent it, you've made that mistake, and you can forgive yourself and move on. Okay, so I've taken everything out of the plastic bag that I had in the closet, and my husband went through the things. He kept 2 shirts that were in there. He changed his mind, but these things he is comfortable getting rid of. These things my daughter is comfortable getting rid of. And then here's my pile. I'm gonna go through some of the thinking that I'm going to have while I go through my stuff. So this dress in particular has been really hard for me to get rid of, and you know, I'm not one of those minimalists that I just get rid of things to get rid of things. I don't need to just have 5 things. Like, it's just, I know the amount of things that I'm comfortable with, but this is slightly too big on the top for me, and I'm the kind of person that I'm just not going to get it tailored. It would be really cute if I did, but I'm not going to spend my time doing that. And so even though I've tried to make this work several times, it isn't, and I'm gonna let someone else enjoy it. Now, another part of that is that I used to try to sell a lot of things, and it was extremely time consuming, and it was just hard, especially with clothes. Clothes lose value so quickly, and though that is a nice dress, it's a beautiful piece, and it is from a name brand, I just know that I don't feel like spending my time doing that. I have other things that are more important to me. So whether you choose to sell it or not, just remember your time is very valuable. Is having to come home and make sure it's outside, is having to communicate with people you don't know, is that worth it? And kind of weigh that with the amount you're willing to sell it for. So I'm gonna put these things aside. This is a water bottle that I know I already need to get rid of. If you watched my kitchen video, I had just gotten a new water bottle, so that one I know I can go. I really don't have a lot of picture frames or things hanging on my walls anymore. It really stresses me out having to dust things, especially just things like this on the wall. So I don't have a ton of pictures out. I think I only have 2 or 3. So that's one more that I just haven't been using, and I'm gonna get rid of it. And then a book that I've read that I got for my birthday. Now here's a couple more things. I'm just gonna quickly be like, nope, no, no. This is a workout shirt that doesn't quite fit. Anything that I'm not like immediately dying in love. I like these, but they don't actually look that good on me. So I have to be really honest with myself. Even though I like them, I don't think they look that good on me, and so I'm gonna let them go. But I've actually had those in the closet for like 6 or 7 months, just because they are really comfortable. It was hard for me to get rid of, but I found other pants that I like better, that I think actually look better on me, so I'm good with that now. I'm comfortable getting rid of it. And here are a few shirts that I haven't been wearing in a while. They've been in the closet. This one I've been debating on selling because I think the color is just so pretty, and I think someone would really love it, and I might make a few bucks on it. But at the same time, what I've realized is that this has been in the closet for about 2 or 3 months, and I haven't wanted to sell it. So I just don't feel like wasting my time doing that right now, and so I'm gonna let someone else enjoy it on me. They can have it. And then I have this 2 more shirts that I am now comfortable getting rid of. This white one's just gotten kind of dingy, and I've had a hard time cleaning it, so I am ready to let that one go too. So I'm going to put all these things back in the bag. I'm gonna put the things that my husband and daughter are comfortable getting rid of also back in the bag, and then I am going to go put it by the front door. So I know the next time that I walk to my car, it is going in the car and out of my house. My trash bag ready to go, and it's all packed up, and I'm gonna go put it by the door downstairs. When you are able to process that if you didn't need it in the past, I don't know, 3 months or so, then you don't really need it in your life and you weren't really looking for it. So find a place around your house that's out of sight, out of mind, and that you're not gonna look in it all the time. This time I let everyone kind of look through stuff, and we still ended up getting rid of almost all of it. There's only 2 shirts my husband ended up keeping. I think 1 toy my daughter ended up keeping, and I kept a sweater out of it. But at the end of the day, I still got rid of a whole bag, and that's awesome. I am so proud of us. We have come a long way. But if you are just starting out, remember, you might not want to go through that bag because you still might find what in your head a really good reason to keep it, and you just don't want to be keeping. You want to be able to bulkily get rid of a lot of stuff if you have a ton of things. But because we don't, and we don't do this all the time anymore, I let us all go through it, and I am so proud of my family for the amount of things that we've ended up getting rid of. Remember that if you like these channels about decluttering and minimizing, please hit that subscribe button and it will pop up with my next video next week.